Hi there, it's Karen here from Turquoise Treasures. Welcome back to my channel, and we're going to carry on working where we left off on the Patchwork Christmas journal. So at the end of the last video, I was making this big pocket with these little tiny pockets on the front. So let's just continue, because now we need to make things to go in the pockets, don't we? So I've got quite a few scraps here from making the journal itself. Some from the Stamperia paper pads. I've got this lovely big piece. And I've got something else I might try and use from the book with the lovely poems in that I used in the middle of the journal. So I thought this would actually make quite a nice journal card to go inside the pocket. So I'm just going to, it's a shame I'm going to have to cut him in half, I think, in order to have it fit nicely. I'll have it go to about there. So if I cut it to about here, just inside this line, that might just be fine. But I'm afraid I'm going to have to cut the little bird, which is a shame, but there we go. He's just an image on the page, isn't he? You can't get too hung up about these things. So if you, I filmed my giveaway video this morning, so hopefully by now I'll have heard from the winner, and she'll be getting the journal very soon. Let's see if that's about the right size. That's a funny little piece. I don't know whether I'll be able to use it, but you never know. I don't know what's on the back. Oh, actually, that could be journaled on. It just feels a bit flimsy for me, but it is really nice on the back. I was going to back it. I think I probably still will. I don't know, because it's a bit thin for my liking. I like something to have a bit of substance when it's going in and out of a pocket like this. So I think I will back it. But perhaps not all over. Maybe I'll leave the stars or something. What should we do? Yeah, I think it needs a bit of something on the backing. So let's just do this, and we'll just get on with filling those little pockets. So I hope you're all getting yourselves ready for Christmas. It's not far off now, it's less than a month away. I'm always getting a little stuck. I like to be well prepared for Christmas. In the early days when the children were small, I would be ready pretty much by now. I'd be at the wrapping things up stage, but not quite as well organised these days. I haven't got as much to get either, really. But I have made a start. But buying for my daughters can be a bit tricky, because they never know what they want. Well, one of them usually has some idea what she wants. The other one never does. So she can be a little bit tricky. Right, how are we doing? I just need to straighten that up, because it wasn't very straight. And then I'll just mark the other end. There we go. I don't know about you guys, but I really love watching Christmas journals. Christmas journals, what am I talking about? Christmas films. I'm always watching. Come November, they always have them on every day on the telly. And I just love an afternoon of watching a Christmas film while I'm wrapping presents. One of my favourite things to do. So let's get my corner rounder. Yeah, I actually got a message from my younger daughter the other day. Have you started watching Christmas films yet, Mum? And I went, it's November, so duh. She must know by now. That's what I'll be doing. I'm a proper old traditional Christmas sucker, I am. Love everything. Let's just round these corners as well. Right. just going to ink around them just because I like them. I like the edge to be a little bit defined. I've got quite a lot of sewing waiting for me over by the sewing machine as well. I haven't really got very far since the last video because I've been concentrating on my giveaway, and as I said in my video coming back to do the patchwork journal, I've been really busy. Just had this is now Monday afternoon, and we've just had a lovely weekend with my sister, who drove up with her husband. It's a couple of hours journey for them, but they hadn't met Arlo, so that was one of the reasons they wanted to come. And because where we've moved to is just that bit further away from where they live than where we used to live, it makes sense for them to come and stay over. We wanted to show them all the work that's been done, the finished, because they saw it quite soon after we moved here when it was really not looking great, and they stayed with us in the summer. They'd never come to stay before. When we lived in the old house, they never came and stayed. They just came and visit us for a day. But since we've been here, they've been coming and staying over, which is rather nice. Gives us a chance to have a proper chat and catch up. Can have a little walk. And then Hannah and George brought Arlo over on Saturday afternoon, and they spent a lovely afternoon here with him, and he was doing all his smiles for everybody, which was so nice. And then he fell conked out, went to sleep on his mummy's shoulder, and spent quite a lot of time asleep. So that was all. It worked very well. Perfect baby he was. Right, clean my fingers, and then I'll just wipe this down a bit. Okay, now we need is a little tab. Let's just, hopefully I've got the size right. It's hard to tell when it's not glued in, but it's going to go to about there, I suppose. And it will just stick out that little bit. That's nice, and you can just see it. And then I'm just going to put, if I centre it, I'm going to put a tab on here. So I've got this bit of slightly strange ribbon. It's kind of it's quite stiff fabric, but I really like it. So I thought I'd make it into a tab. It's got a bit creased up, but it'll be fine when it's glued. So it's going to go there. Okay. Hoping that this will work today. There we are. Right, so that goes with that. And then we just need to do some little, glue seepage again. That's a dry one. I want the wet one, really. Takes me ages to get it going, and then it won't stop. Oh well. Anyway. So I've got these little pockets to fill, and I've got a few little pieces here. So I've got this little tag. I'm not sure, that might go in here. I'm going to back it and cut it down and see. I've got a few pieces of paper I can use for backing. I don't know if this is wide enough. Yep, I think it is. So I'm going to put that on, and we'll see what we can fit in there into those little pockets. the tag shape. Right. Just a little bit of green dyed paper, but it'll work quite nicely. Let's cut. Okay, I'm just going to trim this off a little bit along here. Cut this little, do a little Rachel snip. Let's have a look. Yeah, that'll look nice in there, won't it? Just fits nicely. And then what else have I got lurking around here? I've got this little pile of bits and pieces. I've got some. Where'd it go? There was a bit from the Stamperia pad that I thought I might be able to pop in as well. It's like a little mini note card. Oh, I better back that too, haven't I? Ooh, that piece of paper I just threw in the bin might just be big enough, actually, for this piece, is it? Ooh, yeah, just about. I think I could just about fit that on there. Let's do that. This goes to show you should never throw away anything bigger than absolutely teeny tiny. You never know it's going to be useful. Right. I think we're covered. Yeah. So you don't need to do much, just write a little note on there or something to describe a photo or a moment that you want to remember. Where's my scissors? Oh, right in front of me. I think at this time of year my head is so all over the place. I've got so many things to think about. I feel like I'm just floundering around sometimes. Don't know what I'm doing. I still love it. Sometimes I feel like November's my favourite month because of that's when you do all the preparations, when you start really getting into the Christmas spirit. I mean, it's one of the reasons I like watching the films, because they make me feel Christmassy, make me want to get ready, do my shopping and buy cards and write the cards and all the things that can feel like a bit of a chore. But by December, they're often done. And sometimes by the time I get to December, I think, oh, if I haven't got everything prepared or if I'm not ready, I get a bit panicky. So I like to really get as much as I can done or at least thought about in November. And trouble is, the rest of the family aren't quite with me on that. It's sometimes quite difficult to get them to get their heads into Christmas. I mean, obviously, they have such busy lives themselves. They've got so many other things to think about. Christmas is sometimes not high on their list of priorities, not now they're parents themselves. It was a bit different when they were children and they would be getting excited at school and things. But I love that. I love that time of year when they were getting all excited, and I could start to really get my shopping done and get the presents and wrap them, do all these secret things, start making decorations with them. We used to do lots of Christmas crafting. Well, I say lots, I did a lot of it and they sometimes did some with me. So I've got this cute little Noel. It looks like, I don't know what that's meant to be really. To me it looks like a book cover or something. Anyway, I could pop that just in there like that. I think that's what I'm going to do. Pop that one in there. Then I have this one, which is just a little mini journal card. That would go in there. I'm also going to back it just with this piece of green It's just some, it's a digital piece of in a piece of paper I've just had printed that came from another. It's not a Christmas kit or anything, just because it was a green and it was light. I thought it made a good backing paper. Right. Okay, put that one in there. Now I need something for that top pocket. So I've got these two. I'm not sure if they're meant to be back to back. I feel like they should be because they're just. This looks like a backing. I think which one shall I use? This one. I'm going to try gluing them back to back, and that'll make a little pocket. I don't know if a little pocket. It'll make a little journal card, but I don't know if these are a bit too big. I might be able to swap it with this one. How do they work out size-wise? Oh, perfect. Yeah, I think that makes sense to back that onto there. Get it in place. Yep. That's all right. Just trim it a little bit, just to make sure I don't have any white showing. It's not perfectly straight, but it's not far off. Good enough. All right. And I'm going to just do this little bit of corner rounding. Hopefully it'll work because it's, yeah. Not too wet, fortunately. Let's see how this fits. Probably after all this it'll be too big, I don't know. Might be alright. Of course, you know what I've done. You probably knew I was going to do it. Oh, actually, it doesn't matter too much because this can go either way. That's better. I have to watch it on the other one that I don't glue the back upside down. Right, is that going to fit? It's a little tall. Have I got anything that will fit a bit better? That's a bit smaller. Oh, that'd be better. Okay, let's back that one. Some more of this little. Or shall we have green? Or shall we have some of this? I think I'll have a bit of this one. As long as they're just not so easy to control around the curvy bits. Okay. Let's see how that looks in there. That's it. Yeah, 3 little bits. I could put this in here as well. I don't know if it needs any more really. Because they're so small, there's a limit to what I can record on these. But I think with the big pocket, that would be a nice little, you know, there can be a day in the calendar. So that's that done. Can I get that in my box? Yes, I can. Right, so let us move on. So what I thought I might try and do, and I don't know if it's going to work. Let's just put my top on this. I keep leaving the top off and then it goes all dry. Okay, so what I've got here, these are 2 pieces from that lovely book of children's poems. And I think these are the bits I cut off when I cut out the 'Twas the Night Before Christmas page in the middle of the journal. This one here. That bit was across, these were across the top of that page somehow. I think that's where I cut them off, one from each side. So I wondered if I could somehow make them into a wraparound pocket. Obviously I have to cut them down and join them together. But I thought maybe I could do it something like that. No, actually, it's got to be the other way around because that one seems to be going up and then that one's coming back down again. They're pulling the sleigh up the roof and then they're going back down the roof the other side. So I do need to cut this down a bit. I think. And possibly the other side as well, because it's going to be too wide otherwise. Okay, take these bits off, and so I want to fold it like so. I'm winging this. I'm not sure quite how I'm going to do it, but I want to join these pieces together. Somehow. I wonder if it needs to go the other way. Maybe it needs to go that way. Like that. Or just want to make them join them together, and then I can. No, it's not going to work. Wrap it around like that. Let's try it with in the book, and then we can try and figure out how this is going to go. So this needs to wrap around that way, doesn't it? That way. Like that. And then it can be made into a nice little pocket here, you see. And then maybe we can maybe we just go one over the top of the other, like that, and that can be made into a pocket that way. As long as they're the same height. There we go, we can glue it there, have a pocket here, and a pocket here. That's going to cover that up a little bit. I just need to trim off so that this piece, so that it doesn't cover up the reindeer's face. Only a little bit. I think that's probably the best way to do it, is just to wrap each one individually and overlap them. Is that going to work? Let's have a look. So you can go there, There we are. Okay, and then we'll do a little thumb hole at the top. And it won't show that this one's longer than this one because they'll be on different sides, although I'm going to trim that so they're the same height, I think. Yep. Oh, no, not that one. I like a bigger one. Okay. So let's just ink around. I shall probably add a bit of decoration to this to get a bit of colour on it. Let's see how that goes. Oh, so it's not gluing terribly well under there. Yeah, I glued the other side. I forgot to glue this side, didn't I? That's better, I think. Right. Let's pop it in here just to see. So we've got a pocket that side and and on this side. So I think that will look okay there. Good, useful, nice, useful big pockets, but they needs a bit of colour. Let's get the washi tapes out. Okay. Put this piece along the edge, just to reinforce it a bit as well. Well, this is quite thick paper, so it should be fine. Oop. Right. Okay. And we just want a little bit of something along the bottom there, shall we? What we got? This is always a bit of a favourite. A lot of these don't really have as much colour as I need for along the bottom there. What's this one? Merry Christmas. This one's a bit longer, maybe able to fit on there. Ooh, no, it's not going to fit. Well, if I want to keep these, maybe I'll just put those on. Yeah, I like those. Okay, got those on there. Can I put one here? Little row of trees. Up there or up here? No, down here. Just for a bit of colour. Okay, a little wraparound pocket. I like that. What else have we got? Let's have a look. Well, this piece as well, which would make quite nice pockets, really, wouldn't it? Probably got more pockets than I could possibly ever need. But it's nice to have things to tuck photos or other things in. So I could do 2 pockets on one page, couldn't I? Sort of stack them, sort of like not too big. Let's just measure 5, 4 3/4, 4 1/2 maybe. Yeah. So I have 1. 2. And we've got this piece. Let's see how that would go on a page. Don't know if I can get them all on, but we have a plan for that one. So, say for instance we had this page. Would they both go on? Yeah, they would. I don't know if they're a bit big, aren't they? Cut them down a little. Let's make them a little bit smaller. Could have them going in that way, couldn't I? I will just come down a little, just so they're not quite so big on the page, but I'm thinking rather than having them top loading, I could have them side loading. It's an idea. Or one of each. One top loading, one side loading. So they're not going to encroach on each other. So if I had this one side loading and this one could be top loading. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I might use my smaller punch for this. So, which one do I want at the top? Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it? Does it? No. That looks better at the top. Make your mind up, woman. Okay, I'm going to put this one at the top with the top loading pocket. And this one at the side with the side loading pocket. Not the side, above it, at the top. I'm rambling. I don't think I'm making any sense. I do apologise. Oh, it's been a busy weekend. Yeah, so if I put them like that, then I can put some things in here and some things in here. And that would look okay. And I can actually have this quite near the top then and give it room down here. Let me just ink around, just finish these off. So I think, as far as pockets go, I think we're done. I've also done a fair number of journal cards and tags, but I think we might need a few more. So I think in the next video, because I think it's time, I hope the light isn't too bad. We've tried something new with the light. I've got my blinds up, but the light has almost gone outside because it's mid-afternoon and the light's nearly gone and it's been a miserable day. But I've got a lamp over to the side of me, which I'm hoping is give me enough light without casting too much shadow. But if I am in my own shadow a bit, I do apologise. I know lighting's not great in here, but I always seem to end up videoing in the afternoons because I always have so many things going on in the mornings. So if the light's a bit shadowy, I'm really, really sorry. Hopefully you can see. This is the plan. So a couple of bits in here, possibly a nice big tag in there. So in the next video, I think what we'll do, we'll start decorating and adding pockets to the journal and see what we need in the way of things to put in the pockets. So we are making real progress now, which would be great because I'd really like to start working this. I really love this journal. Every time I flip through it, I sort of look and I think, oh, I love all the pages. I love this kit and all that, and the beautiful Stamperia paper. It's gorgeous. I'm loving it. So, okay, where'd those pockets go? I just have to remember that that's what I plan to do. I've lost them now. What have I done with them? Where did I put my pockets? That was a bit daft, wasn't it? There we go. There they are. So I'm actually gonna clip them together to remind myself that they belong on the same page. Okay, they've gone in there. And this little piece, I might make it as a little corner tuck, just so I use it up. And we might decorate that a bit. So I'll come back in the next video and work a little more on this journal. And we'll just keep going until it's ready to use. Right. So not a bit of a shorter video today, but that's partly because of the light is not great, and I will be back, and hopefully I'll try and start my video a bit earlier in the next one, and we'll get a bit more light, and I'll be able to do a bit more. So thank you very much for joining me today, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.